This is a quick guide on how to do an inmate search in Atlanta, Georgia. So there's a link in the description. You can click on that. It's going to take you to this specific page. You can also just type georgiapublicrecords.org into your browser, and it's going to bring you to the home page here. Just hover over other records and then select inmate search. It's going to bring you to the main Georgia inmate page here, and from here you can select the appropriate county or city. So we're going to look at Atlanta, local resources in the Atlanta. So once you're on the page here, you just scroll down to Atlanta resources, and what you have here, you have the police department, you have the sheriff's department, and then you got the court system, and all of these can be used as resources to find inmate information. So the police department doesn't have a database, but they do have a records department, and this is where you can make a manual request for inmate information or any other kind of a public record that the police department might have. Sheriff's office, on the other hand, does offer a database. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and here we are. You can just click on jail records. There's fairly simple. If you got a last name and a first name, you can research this database. Now, the thing about like sheriff's department databases is they typically have records in the database that are current. So if maybe an inmate was released, they might keep that record for a little while, but eventually it goes away. Now, the court system, on the other hand, keeps everything practically forever. So if anybody was arrested, showed up for court, even if they weren't guilty, that record would still be there unless the court seals it. So they got new records and they got very old records as well. So it's a great resource to use as well. And I'm going to go ahead and just click on a link here, and it takes you to the page here. Now you do have to register. As you can see, you got to sign in, and then you'll have the option to do a smart search. So once you register, there's a button here that looks kind of like this. It shows up. You click on that, and then you can search by name or case number. So these are your local resources. Another thing to take a look at here is the neighboring counties, or the counties that are pretty close. So people do travel from county to county, city to city. So you might want to take a look at these other counties, and the setup is very similar to what you see on this page here. You have the sheriff's department databases, court databases, but for that particular county. So these can be very useful to find records in neighboring counties as well. Now next is the Georgia statewide inmate search resources. So if you click on this link here, it's going to take you to the main Georgia inmate page, and here you have all the different counties and cities that we cover that you can do your research in using local databases. But I want you to pay attention to the prison search here. Now, jail and prison is different. So in jail, you have people that maybe just got arrested and they're there waiting for trial, or maybe you have somebody that has gone to court, but they have a small sentence. Maybe it's 2 months, 3 months, anything typically under 12 months. They're going to stay in a local jail, and that's the database that you locate them in. But if it's something more serious, say it's a felony, maybe repeat offense, and you get a sentence of over 12 months, they're going to take you out of the local jail and send you to a prison that's managed by the Georgia Department of Corrections, and they have their own database. So you want to come down and click on that. Just find an offender, click on that. Fairly simple to use. If you got a first name and a last name, you can research this database, or there's also an option to do it by ID or case number. One more thing to notice here is the name search box on top. Now this is a premium service, so there is a fee, but what it does is it doesn't just look at Atlanta or Georgia. It goes outside the state as well. So it compiles records from multiple states. It's a nationwide type of a search. And you're not going to see, if somebody, let's say, does have an inmate record in from another city, another state, you're not going to see it by just researching the local databases. So if you want to make sure nothing is missed, this is a great tool to add to your research. It's almost instantaneous, so it's going to save you a bunch of time as well. So once again, there's a link in the description. You can click on it and come on down and get started on your Atlanta inmate search.